Have you ever come across people who have everything in their life, good family, good health, good house, education, but still they keep on complaining about things they don't have? Hi, my name is Farookh Sensei, and in this session, I'm going to speak about one of the important qualities of a great leader, and that is self-motivation. What is self-motivation? Self-motivation is to be motivated to do, achieve, or accomplish something because of your own enthusiasm or interest without any external pressure from others. Great leaders, entrepreneurs, athletes are self-motivators. Self-motivation is the force that drives you to do things you want to do, you want to achieve, or you want to accomplish. Self-motivation is a key life skill that is something that everybody interested in personal and leadership development should think carefully about. One of the main reasons why self-motivation is important in your life is that it does not let you depend on others, and you can achieve your goals and your objectives, the one that you set on the basis of your own ability. Let's look at the 12 steps to keep you motivated. Number 1, know why you do what you do. Always start with a purpose. If your purpose is stronger than your what, then that motivates you to take action. So number 1 is to know why you do what you do. Number 2, start small. Don't go for a big goal. Start small. And if you find that small goal itself is big for you, then chop it down. What we call it as chunk it down to milestones or mini milestones. So that motivates you to move forward. So you have the mini milestone, then you got the milestone, then you got the actual goal. So always remember to chop it down, to chunk it down. Let's look at the number 3, point number 3. Keep motivators around you. Now, what do you mean by motivators? By motivators, I mean keeping something that motivates you. It could be maybe a picture, maybe an image, maybe your vision board, anything that motivates you to take a step forward. At the same time, you have to declutter everything on your table and around you. What I mean by declutter? By declutter, I mean to say that everything on your desk, your table around you must be clean so that it does not distract you. Remove all distractions. I'll give an example. If you were to be a student, imagine you're doing your studies and you have a bed close to you. You have an intention, automatically your intention could be to learn and to do your studies, but that's a distraction because you've got the bed in that room. Let me take a very funny example again. If you want to stop alcohol or drinking, it's not a good place to work in a bar or a pub, am I right? Because that distracts you, that attracts you to do something which you are supposed not to do. I'll give a third example. If you want to quit smoking, it's better not to be with a smoker, am I right? So always understand, keep motivators around you, remove all distractions, and declutter your workspace. Let's move on to number 4. Have a purpose, achievement, objective list. What does that mean? Now, in most of the organizations, you'll find something called to-do list. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But people tend to do what they are supposed to do. It does not connect with their purpose. Now, I have a system, and the system, it's not called the to-do list. I call it the achievement or the purpose or the goal list. I put a purpose. And based on the purpose or the objective or the goal, I do what I want to do. I also follow something called, is it important? Is it urgent? Is it not important? Is it not urgent? So I look at all those corners. And if it's important and urgent, then I take action. Each time you take an action, you need to have a purpose behind it. You need to have an objective behind it. Otherwise, what's going to happen? You'll keep on doing things. You'll have a big list in your to-do list. You'll have a big list. And you might do all those lists, but you are not fulfilling what should have been done, something which is very important stuff that you should have been doing on that particular day. So have a list based on your purpose. So that's number 4. Number 5, get accountability from the people in your life. What does that mean? When you have a goal, it's always nice to talk about the goal to your friends or somebody who could motivate you or inspire you or empower you. So you say that, well, I have this goal and I want to achieve this goal within the next 6 months. So these are the people who are going to ask you, what happened to you? What happened to your goal? So it's always nice to talk about your goal to people who would motivate you or inspire you. Next, number 6, it's always nice to have an accountability partner. Now, what do you mean by accountability partner? In leadership program or in a management program, whenever you go for a training, they select a buddy for you, a friend for you, who would be accountable for your development, for your progress, for your achievement. So he would work like a coach. He would ask you, okay, where are you right now looking at your goal? Have you achieved your goal? Now, what are the obstacles that you have? Is there anything else that you can do to develop and grow? So it's always nice to have somebody as a mentor or a coach asking you very powerful questions. Now, it's not necessary the person who is acting as an accountability partner, he is an actual coach, not necessary. But it's always nice that the person could ask you very powerful questions, so empowering questions, so it will remove those blocks which you have and move forward. Right, now let's move on to point number 7. Point number 7 is to get motivation from the people in your life. So get motivation from people in your life. It could be somebody who is very far related to you, and go and talk to them so they give you that sort of motivation. You get inspired from those people, or you can just give a call and get those sort of motivation from positive people. It's always nice to be in a circle of people who have this positive mentality. When I say positive mentality, these are people who look life in a way that things are possible, and they motivate and encourage others too. So always be in a circle of people who can motivate you, who can inspire you, who can empower you. Now, let's move on to point number 9. Point number 9 is to get motivation from people who you don't know. Now, is that possible? Well, in my case, I'm a guy who don't go much out. My friend circle is very limited. Most of the time, I am in my office. If I'm not flying, or if I don't have any seminar, most of the time I'm in my office. But every single day, I make sure that I am connected with people whom I don't know, but I do connect with them. Now, how can I connect? You have your laptop, just go to YouTube and see who is there. Look for best motivational speakers. Look for those who have got inspiring talk or topics and connect with them. Learn from them. Make your notes. That's how you can improve yourself. So you can be motivated, or you can get motivated and inspired by people who have no connection with you. Let's move on to the next point. Be kind to yourself when you stumble. Understand that you and I, we are human beings. I'm not the right person. I'm just talking from my experience, but I have failed many times in my life. But the question is, it's not about failing. It's about getting up once you fail. So if you fail, take it easy. Just take it easy. And you tell to yourself, well, I'm a human being. I just failed. Now I need to get up and move forward. But do not sleep where you fall down. So get up. Be constructive about your failures. Now we're going to fail because that's life. It's not that you're going to be successful every time you do something. So whenever you fail, whenever you fall down, be your best coach. Ask yourself, take feedback from yourself. Ask yourself, what could be the best thing that I could have done? What are the possibilities? Be very constructive and ask those questions which would encourage and empower you so that it opens those blocks and then you can move forward. Number 10. Never, ever, ever compare yourself with somebody else. But you have to compare with yourself. I heard from great leaders, they say that you have to compare yourself with what you were yesterday. That's a very good step. You need to ask yourself, what were you yesterday? How far have you traveled towards your goal? Are you traveling on the speed that you thought to travel? Is it approaching based on your deadline? You got to compare yourself with the steps that you have taken. And every time, if you are on the track, you will notice that you are not on the same place you were while you were starting. You have already kept some steps. You might have gone some slow, you might have been some slow steps, you might have taken some slow steps. That's fine. As I mentioned earlier in point number 9, be constructive, take some feedback, move forward. There is always a possibility for you to reach your goal. Number 11, be grateful for what you got, what you have. Ask yourself, what is that you have? The strength that you have, the way that you can speak, the way that you can walk, the way that you can talk, the way that you can take action. These all are things you are blessed. So you need to be grateful. That's gratitude. You need to say thank you for what you are and what you are doing. So be thankful. That relaxes you. Number 12, and the last one, reward yourself and celebrate your success. Because mentally your mind should know that you have achieved a goal. So treat yourself. Just go out, relax with somebody, go with your family, friends, and just chill out. Always do that. Now ask yourself, what motivates you? What inspires you? If your goals are not motivating you or inspiring you, it's time for you to step back and rethink. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. This is Farookh Sensei from farookhsensei.com.